Well, this mine is out to test me. I've just been sort of preparing to lay the conveyors, as you can see in front, and I will show you something. So I just got the pickaxe tool, and I was just out here, and I was just removing the little bit of earth here, and I unraveled this. So I'm not too sure what to do here, so I'm hurrying to get the excavator, just to try and dig it out and see what we can get. But thankfully, not all is lost. We can just scoop this on here. I am going to fall down here. This isn't good at all. We're getting rock in here now as well, so we might have to look at upgrading the plant just so we can start processing the rock as well, because it would be nice. So now we've got a couple of scoopfuls of that. Oh, you'll see as well around here, it did all start to build up when I was using the mining machine, the more that I mined. So now then, up here, we do have blasted rock. Okay, while I've got the money, I'm going to get a trommel, swap this sorter for a trommel. So under my understanding now, if I run blasted rock through, blasted rock should go down here. That'll give me enough to understand. So my understanding would be that now we've got this up here, this is only going to be like high value ore, right? Which would then, yeah, okay. I'm just going to change things up while I'm in here. I've just had a thought about something. So we've got all of this, so we might as well just use as one big dumping box, regardless if we're high or low, so we can get rid of the conveyor that goes up. So what we do have now is everything goes into this hopper. We're on wash plant first. We're on wash plant because it still works with pay dirt, and it just lets all the other ores through. Then once we've gone through that, we go round to the trommel. And what the trommel will do, it will split the expensive ore, which will go into storage, and it will kick off any of the other stuff, which will then run through the sorter. The reason why we run that through the sorter is because what that does then is it splits off any remaining ore. So we'll have the ore goes over here, and this middle one will simply be nothing but dirt, which means I can basically have a dirt silo. So that'll be good, because if there's any holes that I need filling up, I will hopefully have this dirt silo to use. But that's basically where the plant is now. That's basically how it's looking. Very, very rough, I agree. Hopefully a little bit more productive. And to prove to you guys that it is something that will work, blasted rock might be the only thing that I haven't encountered for yet. I haven't got the fractioner or whatever else in, so don't really know what the deal is there with what happens to blasted rock when none of that stuff's in play. Hopefully what we can do then is get a scoop of something. So we'll have a few goodies in here. So look, we'll just tip all this out. Won't be a lot, but that's going to all thunder through here. It'll dump itself over here, and then it will go through the system. So you'll see the wash plants are washing, and the trommelers are trommeling, and the sorters are sorting. So up here we've got a ruby, and then in here we've got dirt, and then over here we've got our blasted rock. So we're separating precious stuff from the not so precious stuff. And I know people will have a different way of doing it. That's fine. I know people will say, well, that's not the right way to do it. It's also probably true, but it's also not the right way to use these conveyors as hoppers. So where do you draw the line in what's right and what's wrong? So with that in mind, I'm just going to take this last bit of ammo, stick it under here, and blast this down. But as long as this system keeps working, then it's all good for me. 166k I've collected. Let's go to the bank and just deposit all of that. Boom, 60k is left. So we'll just keep on mining and mining and mining, and we'll get ourselves a big tunnel. Sort of want to do something so that we've got like a central area where all conveyors can converge into this one line to be sent off to the plant. In order to do that, I need to make a nice long line, and then we need to get a big hole, and then we can be ready to blast. But I've got a very expensive question. Will a nuke drop dirt, or will it just evaporate it into absolutely nothing? It's a question I want to find the answer to, but I also know it's going to be a very expensive question, because I'm going to pay for a nuke, and if it drops no soil and drops no dirt, then yes, I've got the hole that I want, but it's a very expensive hole. So the end of this conveyor is pretty much where we want it to be, but we also don't want to put it here. We want to put it up. So if I'm in here, I go up there, somewhere there maybe. Okay, let's go see if we can get us a nuke. One nuclear weapon. Now in theory I should be able to put this on the ground actually above, because this is not quite 17 deep. So yeah, what we're going to do then is dig a big hole to the surface. There we go. Now if I go up top, we can see the hole. So we've got to look for the hole. Here it is. And I think if I just took that, you know, just inside, retreat to a safe distance, detonate the nuke. Oh boy, that's sunny. Well, the first thing that I want to do is see if any ore comes out of it. None of the machines are working. I don't see any ore falling in the conveyor, so that is an expensive way to blast a big hole. Wow.
Wow.
And it's smooth as well. That's cool. This potentially is going to be a sort of station where all of the conveyors are going to converge into one. So from here, I can go in any direction that's a straight direction, if you like. So we're going to mine like it's Minecraft and just do straight lines. So I think what we will do, we'll bring one line up and we'll kick it that way so that we're going towards the mountains. Let's see if we can get under the mountains and see what's under there. There should be something good under the mountains, right? We're going to bring this down so we're sort of coming to the bottom so that we can load anything else from above it a little bit. So this is what I'm thinking, that we sort of use this to go down here so that once we're down here, this is where everything sort of goes to fill up. Be like a great big pot here where all of the other conveyors will run into. So then that's basically there. So what happens is we go this way through the tunnel and dump all this stuff here, which will obviously connect up to those conveyors, which will go down there, and it will fill all this in. And I don't think we'll go any wider than 2. I think 2 should be suffice. So we've got 2 going off this way. We can have 2 going off that way. Let's sort all this out in here first. I don't know how much RDX I've just put down, but there's going to be a lot. So brace yourselves. I missed a bit. And I'm not going to move until this has kind of made itself a little bit more maneuverable. Oh my gosh. So what we've done here, boys and girls, is overload the system substantially. But it looks like it is keeping up. It's not really popped out yet. And if it won't pop out when all of that's happening, it should be good. There's 2 straight pieces in there, and let's see if we can get this bad boy lined up where we want it to be. This is what we're saying. We're just going to plow headlong in here. So that's the goal there. We're going to go steaming in there and hope for the best. But what we can do here is we can jump into this, hopefully position ourselves here, start this all up, and you'll see it's going to feed into those conveyors, which will feed into those conveyors, which will then feed up to the top up above. So we can give ourselves a couple of different directions now. And it's all awesome until you realise this cage system isn't going to work. That's fine. That was just a short-sightedness from me. But once we get past this bit, it'll be okay. So once we're here, it's no longer going to be an issue. So I've managed to clear it. A lot of it was blasted. A lot of it was using the pickaxe tool. I just got to buy enough stuff to smooth it all out like the rest of the wall. That leads us on to the next thing, which is getting more money. Now, every time I keep checking this, it's still working, and it is still working now. I dread to think how much stuff we've actually got going through it. Yeah, we're gonna have some big numbers here. We've nearly got 1,000 worth of gold, 22k soil, and no other ores, no blasted rock or anything like that. Let's go dirt, you know. 11k, 16k, fair enough. A lot more than what I was expecting. There's still a lot of building to do, but the spiraling has finished spiraling, the sorters have finished sorting. So dirt ended up being about 23,000 worth of dirt. As for ore, holy smokes, good numbers again. So we've got some good money. Use that to finish off building, and then we'll see where we are next. Oh, this is getting tiring. So I've tried to neaten up the edges a little bit here, and I got this one set up ready to go that way, and I got this one, and we've gone a little bit through here. I have used the tunneling machine. I've also used a little bit of explosives, but we'll just keep on digging. Just keep on going and going and going, because I kind of want to get as sort of underneath the mountain as I can get, and I've literally no idea how far away that is, in all fairness. But I think we will, you know, go and get a ploughshare, because I need something to aim for, basically. Can I walk in a straight line? That's going to be the next thing. How easy is this going to be to do? Probably not very easy at all. I've got to try and line this up and then go straight, right? This isn't going to work, because how do I know that I'm driving straight? That's a good question. It needs to be as straight as I can get it, because I can see the trucks bobbling and wiggling. I'm trying to sort of keep it somewhat straight, so we want to be here somewhere. So what I will do is if I, there we go, then if we drop the ploughshare in, it's not going to go all the way. Okay, hope for the best. Nuking should give us a rather large hole to aim for. I think we can try and make this as cheap as we can, you know, and if we just do conveyors on sides, I'm not particularly worried about cave-ins on top personally. So if we just concentrate on the sides, the slopes, and the 2 bottom pieces of the conveyor, we should be good. Tell you what, let's go to the bank. What can we deposit? Oh, great. The loan is now paid back. And it leaves us 47k too. So that's a happy day. We are seeming to get a lot more rock, actually. Like, we're going below the level, if you look. The side walls. So we'll hurry back here and see what we've got to sell. And then get some more money. So there's not an awful lot of ore stuff coming through, but there is a lot. Oh my days, there is. Solid rock and blasted rock. Really? Why is blasted rock so, like, it gives you a lot of money? Wow. Okay, so with that in mind then, I think we should investigate some sort of processing plant for the blasted rock. So what do we need? Jaw crusher. Blasted rock. Out comes crushed rock. Okay. Ah, crushed rock in, gravel and valuable ore out. So we could try that. Jaw crusher and fraction ore. Thinking about it as well though, if the fractioner brings out high value ore, yeah, valuable ore, does that mean we're better off sorting it again? Okay, so bear with me on this one because it's going to be a little bit wild and people aren't going to like it. People aren't going to agree. What I've done is I've gone through my wash plant because I know that this works. I know that this washes all the dirt and the pay dirt. And I've run it through the crusher, gone through the jaw crusher because that's going to break up like that blasted rock. Runs through the fractioner, as well as these two let all the other ores go through, so we're not too worried about that. Through the trommel, because we know that the trommel is going to separate all high value ore, which we also get from the fractioner and we also get from the wash plant. So we've put the wash plant and the fractioner before the trommel, so that the trommel will sort all high value ore, and that will go into container A. The rest of the stuff will come through the sorter, and the sorter will then hopefully pick up any ore in here and then any dirt in here. All the containers are relatively easy to get to. They're all on the same level. Bang, bang, bang. And it keeps all the ore hopefully processed and in the right place without needing to loop back and run it through over and over and over again. Just going to fire up the miner machine and see if it does work. Obviously, we're just going to get blasted rock, so we probably won't even get any pay dirt or anything. We'll add a little bit of explosion in there just to bring some dirt and some pay dirt in just to help us out. So let's check out the plant. So the wash plant's washing. The jaw crusher is jaw crushering. So I guess the fraction is fractioning. The trommel is turning, sorting out any high value ore, as is the sorter. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's go trommel first. So this is off the trommel. This is all the high value ore that we'll get. So that's working. Then this is off the sorter, so this is any other ores and whatnot. So we've got some solid rock in there that's not getting chewed up. And we've got some gravel, nice. And then finally in here we should have just dirt, right? And we do. So this is working. Like I say, I know people probably wouldn't do it this way. So I think this is going to be my plant for the while. It does everything that I need it to do. We can sell all individual pieces. We've got various different things split up. I'm happy with it. Pays us a nice little bit of something. And I think that'll suffice for now. I've just got to keep digging that hole and see if we can get to that nuclear pit and then see where we get to for there. Take it easy. I'll see you again next time. Bye, guys.